Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we've got a brand new question for task 1. That's general task 1, of course, where you have to write a letter. So let's have a look at our question first and then we'll get started with writing our answer, or rather typing our answer. You have been offered a job that will require you to move to a city that you have never visited before. You have a friend who lives there. Write a letter to your friend, and in your letter, explain your situation. Say why you feel unsure about living in the city. Ask some questions about life in the city. So there's 3 bullet points, of course, as always. And you need to write some content, roughly around 50 words of content for each bullet point. So let's have a look at our question first. Now, this, of course, is you're writing to a friend, so it's informal. So you begin with something like dear and any kind of name, James, Amy, Madison, whatever, any name that works for you. So got this, and then the first thing you need to do is you don't just directly start and say, I just got a job offer from this company and they're in this city and they want me to start on this date. That's too much of a cold, too much of an abrupt start, right? It's your friend. You're writing to them. Ask them, hey, how are things? It's been such a long time since we last chatted, or something like that. Just one line or one sentence. It doesn't have to be huge, but I definitely don't recommend doing a cold start. Like, dear Anna, I just got a job with Pharma Technologies in Leipzig and whatever. Don't start like that. So, dear Anna, now here it's a friend, and so let's see. You could, of course, use something classic like since we last chatted. I hope you're doing well. I've got some moved to a city that you never visited. Okay, so this job is in, that friend's city. So it's a very cool and interesting thing. It's a bit of a surprise, isn't it? Because again, this is, you live in different cities and you're now going to move to the city where your friend lives. So it's been a while since we chatted. I hope you're doing well. I've got some amazing news. I've just been offered a, let's say, managerial position with any kind of name, whatever. I have to think. Hold on, my rabbit is wired. It's been a while since we last chatted. I hope you're doing well. I've got some amazing news. I've just been offered a managerial position with some random company name. It could literally be anything. It could be technologies in whatever in your city. Crazy, right? Thing is though, okay, hold on. Explain your situation. That's all you have to do. Here you don't want to, elaborate on why you're so, unsure about living there. All the questions and everything that's gonna come later. So, Joanna, it's been a while since we last chatted. I hope you're doing well. I've got some amazing news. Just been offered a managerial position with Lana Technologies in your city. Crazy, right? Okay, so I haven't accepted the position yet. Because I wanted to, get your advice, get some tips from you, get your help or get your advice, something like that. And then now this is good enough content. You don't really need to write, because I said you just need 50 words, right? Because your minimum is 150 for the entire letter. And this already is 48. This is 46. Okay, so we can write a few words more. It's been a while since we last chatted. So I hope you're doing well. I've got some amazing yet crazy news. Who would have thought it? Haven't accepted the position yet, though because I want to get your advice. And now that's 51, so that's perfect. That's all you need. Then you jump on to the next paragraph. So don't spend too much time. And this is all very regular communication, I would say. And you don't need to elaborate. You don't need to write a huge thing. More content does not mean more a better band score. Okay, so that's a trap people fall into. So don't let that be you. Okay, so what's the next thing? Say why you feel unsure about living in the city. Thing is though, I'm not very sure if this move is right for me. So you're unsure. Explain why you're unsure. I've never been to Leipzig, and I have no idea what life is like there. From the tiny things like grocery shopping to larger, more important things like local culture and local culture and we have business culture, or I think this is fine. Let me have a look at how much content. That's 45 words already. I've never been to Leipzig and have no idea what life is like there. From tiny things like grocery shopping to larger, more. I've only I'm so used to life here in my city that moving seems daunting. The challenge, obviously, I'm used to how things are where I live. So ask some questions. Very natural. Do you just look at the progression? This is amazing. I have some amazing news. I got a job in your city. Crazy. That's amazing, isn't it? That's wild. But the thing is, I haven't actually accepted the position though, because I wanted to talk to you first, because you're my friend and you live in that city, right? So I'm not sure if this is the right move for me. You know why? Why? Because, well, I've never been to Leipzig. I've never been to the city, so I have no idea what it's like there, right? I have no clue. I have no clue about things like grocery shopping, this tiny thing. It's not a big deal at all, but I don't know what it's like there. I also don't know anything about the culture, so I'm just so used to how things are in my city, how things function, that this entire move seems quite daunting. And then you naturally ask questions. What kind of questions? Okay, is it, for example, what's the general demographics like? Are there, lots of cool places for young, people like us? Or are there, cultural offers, cultural, you have plays and theater, opera, etc. Do you have that? Or is it rather, is it like a place for families, or is it a place for younger people, right? Because some areas are more like they're full of families and children. Some areas are more, urban, more hip or so. So those kinds of questions you can ask about the city. You can ask about how the public transportation is, right? Because not every city has good public transportation, right? Sometimes you need your car. In many cities across the world, you absolutely need your car. But in many cities, you could go your whole life without learning to drive, even. So, that seems that moving seems daunting. Um, so I just wanted to know a couple things. First off, I can't drive at all. So, first off, as you know, no, I can't drive at all. Does Leipzig have good public transport? Oh, I just wanted to ask. Whoops, I forgot to write that. So I just want to ask a couple of things. First off, as you know, I can't drive at all. So does Leipzig have good public transport? Also, what's you can ask about things like safety. You can ask about the crowd. Like I said, also, what are people like there? What are people there usually like? Is it more family oriented or youth oriented? Does it, uh, have a thriving arts and culture scene? And I think that looks good enough. Let me check the word count. That is already 47. That's good. This one before that was 57. Okay, so I just wanted to ask a couple things. First off, I can't drive, so does Leipzig have good public transport? Also, what are people there usually like? Is it more family oriented or youth oriented? Does it have a thriving arts and culture scene? Um, I'm pretty excited, but also a bit nervous, yeah. And that's nice. That's good enough. There you go. You asked 3 questions, and that's it. And then you end. Of course, it's a friend, so you don't say "looking forward to hear," blah blah. My God, please don't write that. Um. Can't wait to hear from you. That works nicely. And then of course it's your friend, so you say lovingly or truly, whatever. Uh. And there you go. First names only because it's a friend of yours. So with friends, we're always on a first name basis. No surnames and stuff. Yeah. So there we go. There's a whole thing. And that was pretty quick. That took us just like, oh, not even 12 minutes. And that's with my yapping. You see, letters are very simple. I always want to reiterate that fact that letters are very simple, straightforward, direct, okay? So, dear Anna, it's been a while since we last chatted. I hope you're doing well. I've got some amazing yet crazy news. I've just been offered a managerial position with Ilano Technologies in your city. Would have thought it? I haven't accepted the position yet, though, because I wanted to get your advice. Thing is, maybe I don't need the word though again. Looks repetitive. Thing is, I'm not very sure if this move is right for me. I've never been to Leipzig and I have no idea what life is like there, from the tiny things like grocery shopping to larger, more important things like local culture. I'm so used to life in my city that moving seems daunting, so I just wanted to ask a couple things. First off, as you already know, I can't drive at all. Does Leipzig have good public transport? Also, what are people there usually like? Is it more family oriented or youth oriented? Does it have a thriving arts and culture scene? I'm pretty excited, but also a bit nervous. Can't wait to hear from you. Yours truly, Lisbeth. There we go. There's the whole thing. And that's that. So, there's, of course, we have a playlist of other letters as well. So feel free to go check it out. If you have any comments or whatever, you'd like to just chat, you can leave a comment down below. Let me know how I can make this series more useful for you, right? Because ultimately that's the point. We will, of course, have letters coming in. Each Tuesday, we do the letters. Each Wednesday, we do the essays. So don't forget to check back in. Saturdays, we also do speaking. And of course, there's tons of old content that you can have a look at. So don't forget to check that out and leave a like on this video if it helped you. And I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye.